Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're playing a demo for a game called SENARA, the Sacrament. It's developed by Influsion Inc., it's self-published, and you can find the game on Steam. Now, I was contacted through email and given the opportunity to play this demo early before it goes public, which I greatly appreciate. I believe the demo goes public February 23rd, at least according to Steam, and if you're not familiar with my channel, at the end of the video, I will review the game, share my general thoughts, and give it my final judgment, and I will have timestamps in the description. Thanks again for reaching out. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to cover your game here today. Now let me tell you a little bit about it before we get started. SENARA the Sacrament is a first-person survival horror game set aboard a large, closed-off ship. In this demo, you can experience the opening, survive the threat of strange entities, gather clues, and solve puzzles as you draw closer to the truth hidden aboard the SENARA. Now that you know what the game is about, we'll go ahead and hit New Game and see what's up. So, New Game. Very ironic, because lately I've been talking about wanting more horror games like set on ships, so pretty interesting timing with all of this, but I'm excited to try it out. Waking up. Here we are. Move. Okay. Okay, it's a little stiff. It's a little stiff. Alright, well, let's pick up this note. Confession of Faith. Author. Member. Room 205. Number 4. 1. Have you experienced a revelation after the second faith education? Are you certain of the existence of God? What do you think SENARA is? Are you confident that you'll receive salvation at SENARA? I don't know. I'll tell you later. Confession of Faith pickup. Okay. Objective. Exit storage. Will do. I'm going to look... Oh, this stuff is shiny. Can I interact with it? No. Oops. Okay, well, I have a map. That's pretty cool, which shows our objective, our health, our stamina, what floors we're on, unexplored areas, areas being explored, and explored areas, very much like Resident Evil. So I believe... Here's our inventory as well. When we come across rooms, it'll tell us if we've missed anything inside. Being indicated as red, so... That's what that seems like to me, at least. So... That's cool. I can't seem to interact with this stuff, even though it's flashing. Interesting. Maybe we can come back. Bosun store. The key is required. Well, let's check our map. Everything looks the same. Maybe we need to acquire a map. Answer emergency call. Okay. Yeah. I'm blocking the objectives. I will move my camera in a moment. Oh my, are you alright? This is the captain. Ah, Captain, I'm safe. What on earth is happening on this ship? Captain, there's no time to explain. Where are you right now? Where you are right now is dangerous, so come up to the captain's room on the 5th floor immediately. Most of the doors will probably be locked, but if you go outside, you can easily reach the 5th floor. Understood. Understood. I'll head there now. Alright, I've moved the camera, so hopefully you'll be able to see the objectives. Seems to be locked from the other side. Gotcha. Okay, here's a map. I knew it. Oh. Still blocking the objectives. Alright, well, I hope that doesn't look weird where I'm sitting on the screen. But anyways, we have the map now, so we can see the areas being explored. Marked red, since we haven't gotten everything out of them or whatever. So, that's good to see. Very easy to read map. I like this. Looks very good. Awesome. Alright. We need to find a way outside. Watertight door access. Due to recent cases of unauthorized entry, this watertight door leading outside is currently closed for security reasons. I'm keeping the crank handle required to open the door in number 4 store, so please contact me if needed. Access Control Evangelist Ju Han. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. this Korean? Not sure. Okay, well, this hallway is green now. Watch your head. 3rd floor, number 1, aircon room. Oh, this is how we say it. Wow, okay, that's loud. I like that, though. Little red phone. Okay, so we need to find the crank handle in number 4 store. Look at these walls. Highly insulated. Now, where would number 4 store be? Maybe this question mark? Okay. Let's keep exploring. We can sprint. That's good. Okay. Let's look around a little bit, I guess. Oh, sorry. I have an eyelash in my peripheral vision there. Seems that the door is locked from the other side. Right. Recreation room. Wow, look how cozy this is. 10,000 won bill. Newly minted bills, placed as if on purpose. Strangely, they are found throughout the ship, but no one knows who left them or why. Look at that. Look at that. That is some fancy-looking money right there. Bank of Korea. I knew it! I'm blocking the text here. Alright, y'all. We're just gonna have to deal with where I am for now. I'll just read stuff to you if I'm blocking it. Which I do anyways. So, we'll figure it out. Anything in the microwave? No? Okay. Mogsim. Coffee? Cafe? Cappuccino? Anyways. This looks very cozy. Low ceilings, but it is a ship, so that makes sense. Okay. I like the use of colors. It's pretty cool. Everything having some sort of indicator of like where you go or whatever. We're crouching through. Nice little office here. Like that, I like that. There's some more money. What's the conversion on Korean to American dollars? Feel free to let me know. That is a huge TV. There's something in here we didn't get. What could it be? Evangelist list. Rooms, names, birth dates, and roles. So we have Songdo, who's the faith counseling. We have Dujin, theological education. A Su? Please forgive me if I'm butchering your names. Or these names. Faith counseling. Juhan, access control. Guansu, life guidance. Gina, life guidance. Sun A, sanitation. And Dosik, theological education. I'm trying. I've played so many games in different languages. I try my best to learn pronunciation and whatnot, so just bear with me. We got another map. Nice. We got the laundry rooms, the showers, and the laboratories. Bathrooms. Who's knocking? Need a code. Looks like we got a shortcut. Nice. Okay. Room 301. So when we walk into the rooms... Okay, nice. This is the promise. He has promised us eternal life. Okay. Got some more money. Number 4, store password. Evangelist Sangdo, thank you for your hard work. This is Sun A. I went to number 4 store for the cleaning inspection today, and it seems Evangelist Juhan sent the password to the Bible verse in his room again. I don't know why I'm reading like that today. Anyways, I'm worried because of the accident last time. Please give Evangelist Juhan a stern talking to and tell him to change it to a really difficult number this time. Bible verse in his room. Number 4 password pickup. Did I pick it up? Or just it telling me what it is, or where I should find it. Whatever. So is it 1225? I'm gonna open one of these one day and something's gonna jump out at me. I just know it. Wow, look at that bed. This is very cozy. June 6th. I mean, let's try it, I guess. 1. Work? 2. 2, 5? No? I am confused. Because the second note seems to imply that it was too easy of a passcode, so they're mad at him for it. But it doesn't look like there's anything else in here for me to, like, actually interact with, so maybe there's something else we need to find. Because it says the Bible verse in his room again, and then this person was like, I'm worried because of the accident. Please give him a stern talking to and tell him to change it to a really difficult number this time. So I wonder what that is. Let's explore some more. Alright, this is a bathroom. Checks out, looks like a bathroom. Room 302. I think that, yeah, more money. I assume we can use that at some point. Some kind of shop system in this game. Okay. Got everything there. We're just going to make sure. Double check the map every time we can. Alright, what's this? More money. Thing in the fridge. Checks out. Got another note. Faith Counseling, 6th Overseas Mission, Day 7. Evangelist Asu, Faith Counseling. Member, Room 205, Number 4. Okay, counseling details. The member mentioned that at their previous church they were taught that salvation is attained through prayer and repentance. At SENARA Gospel Church, they encountered the teaching that only the chosen ones who go on overseas missions and dedicate themselves through service and devotion can attain salvation. That's a mouthful, which caused them confusion. The member shows an attitude of attempting to verify the authority of doctrine through curiosity about the actual lives of overseas missionaries. The concept of salvation learned at external churches has not yet been completely removed, indicating a need for reintroduction of the church's doctrine. All right, conclusion and guidance. Request the second faith education from the officer in charge of faith education. All right. They don't like people asking questions. Do not ask questions. I don't think I have a flashlight or anything, so it's getting kind of dark down here. Alright, we're in the wet closet, laboratory, bathroom. I like saying it that way, because I like mobster movies. Go to the bathroom. Okay, here we go. Here's a different verse. 24:13. The one who endures to the end will be saved. 24:13. Gotcha. I'm glad it allows me to check every single closet. Just because I really do think the objectives could be slightly higher up on the screen, and that's not me complaining about having to move my camera. That's just the way I feel about it. Anyways, let's try this code. Hey! Like the little beeps. Whoa, okay. Alright, this is the crank handle. A crank handle used to open the hatch door. Once attached and turned, the hatch unlocks and opens. That's what they do. Alright, open the 4th floor weather-tight door and go outside. I think I'm just trying to really focus on pronunciation today. I guess we can go ahead and look through all these rooms in case there's something important, some more lore. To Evangelist Dosick. I have conducted a separate counseling session with member room 205, number 4, whom you mentioned during yesterday's new member education. Maybe that's us. During the session, it was observed that the member's understanding of faith and belief is still insufficient, and simple counseling alone does not seem sufficient for proper guidance. Therefore, it appears necessary to provide this member with more focused and systematic faith training through the second faith education. Evangelist Asu, Faith Counseling. They are very adamant about teaching people this theology. And you must learn it correctly. There is no nuance. Only what we say. And that's it. Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. In the name of Jesus. Nice. This is going to sound like a really ignorant question, but like, is Korea a Christian country? Or what's like their... I like to learn stuff, y'all. I don't know everything. Like, what's the, like, most common denomination, I guess? Just curious is all. Very fascinated by things that most people probably don't care about, but my mind is a sponge. I like to use it. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever believes has eternal life. John chapter 6, verse 47. Yes. Man coming in. We're just checking out the space. I don't mean to intrude. Hello? Seems it's locked from the other side. Alright, let's check this last room here. Having a good time exploring this place. Just like the way the game looks. Alright, isolation measures report. Subject, urgent. Report on isolation of order disturber. To SENARA Gospel Church Council of Elders. From Life Guidance Evangelist Guansu. Alright, content. Believer number 7 in room 208 has been instigating distrust in the doctrine among fellow believers and hindering internal unity. How dare he, or whoever they are. In particular, the writing of an investigation log containing malicious slander intended for external leak was caught on the spot, so immediate action was taken as follows. All right, measures. The believer in question has been confined to a solitary cell on the first floor, and the confiscated investigation log will be submitted separately to the senior pastor. To the vicar. All right. Looks like we explored everything except for the laundry. Let's sprint down the hall here. I guess I never interacted with this door. It's locked from the other side. Okay. Cool. Now we need to use the crank. We'll go ahead and save the game again also. Just to be thorough. I thought it was here. It's a little further down. Well, look at the reflection on this door. We're a vampire! Oh, man. Every time. But I just heard a door close. That wasn't me. It's kind of weird. So we can't go in here. I guess we need to go up. Here we go. Progress. Oh. Talk to the captain in the 5th floor captain's room. Oh, we got a prompt to run. Uh-oh. Okay. Just kind of want to peek around a little bit. Fire hose. What did I say? Boy? Maybe that's short for something. I don't know. Oh my gosh. What are we in Silent Hill? On a ship. The silent ship. Like that movie Triangle. Remember that weird horror movie on a ship? or the movie Ghost Ship, or any other numerous ship movies they used to make. I don't know what I'm talking about, but... Oh, no. This looks bad. Can't pick the bathtub. That is unfortunate. There's a map back there, though. We need to get that. Emergency RFID keycard. 2, 3 off. I don't know what that means. Given the recent situation within the church, there is a high possibility of an emergency. In preparation, emergency RFID keycards have been placed in the 5th floor security office. In case of emergency, 3 off must secure the emergency RFID keycard. Collect all major documents and move to the lifeboat without delay to prepare for abandonment. You mean evacuation? I guess maybe in nautical terms, like abandoned ship. I don't know. I'm overthinking stuff. That's a lot of doors and rooms. Oh my gosh. So we need to talk to the captain in the 5th floor captain's room and find the access card in the 5th floor security room. I appreciate the question marks being added here. Kind of helps me focus on a goal a little bit more there. Okay. Cool. So I wonder how much exploring we should be doing here. Let's just go ahead and go look at this door and just see what we need. Because I assume it's locked. What is all this? Stairwell closed to prevent a recurrence of the recent believer riot. The bosun must implement the following procedures immediately upon entering the target waters to fully isolate the crew and the believer zone. Lower the stairwell shutter to block the passage. Remove the electric fuse inside the control box to prevent external operation. Store the removed fuse in number 1 storage. Wow, I'm trying my best to read. I promise. In case of emergency, in case emergency reopening is needed, you must retrieve the electric fuse from number 1 store using a keycard with bosun clearance. Then reinsert it into the control box to operate the shutter. Gotcha. So we need a fuse from the storage. Gosh, that was loud. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? What is this? Okay. I'm just going to close that for now. So this is the shutter. Okay, doors do close on their own. That's interesting. Anyways, I don't know. Let's take a peek in here. Hello? Oh, we got some 9mm rounds. Standard 9mm ammunition used in pistols. Its manageable recoil makes it suitable for rapid, continuous fire. Alright, we found some ammo. We just need to find a gun now, I guess. We don't have a weapon at all, so hopefully nothing bad happens. A key is required. Crew office. I think that's a blackboard. I wonder why these are blinking when we can't interact with them. I assume we just don't have an item that's required. Maybe haven't hit a certain point of the game for them to be like, hey, you need to interact with these things. Whoa, okay. Bit of a hiccup there. It's all star out here. What is that? I guess it's just marking something that I saw but haven't interacted with yet. So it's like, hey, go look at that. He is required. Dear God, I did not expect a human being to be sitting there for some reason. Even though it said, like, hey, I'm the captain on the phone. He looks hurt. Captain, is that you? Captain? Oh, the rookie. So it was you. Glad to see you're still alive. What on earth is happening out there? That crazy pastor nearly sent us all to a watery grave. We barely stopped the sinking, but who knows what that bastard will do next? I got my crew out on the lifeboats first, so they should be safe. But those believers, who knows? Maybe it was the ritual, but they just vanished into thin air. Now the only things left on the ship are crazy bastards attacking anything in sight. And what about you, Captain? You haven't escaped yet. What are you doing here? Have you ever heard about the true nature of this ship? No, but I'm sure you'll tell me. True nature? Isn't it just a passenger ship run by the church for overseas missionary work? Everyone probably thought so when they boarded. I thought it was nonsense at first too, but this is no ordinary ship. It's like a floating altar, built by those church bastards to perform their secret rituals. Every time they held a ritual, massive gold ingots of unknown origin poured in, and this time that ritual was in full swing. So they're like alchemists. So, somewhere on this ship, all those gold bars are still sitting there untouched. I've been waiting for this chaos to grab them and get out. Our lives are on the line here, and you want to take the gold bars? Think about it. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to turn your life around. In my haste, I got reckless, and those bastards did this to my leg. I thought it was all over, but then you showed up. So, with that in mind, could you go and find these gold bars for me? It's so dangerous out there. Why aren't you talking about gold bars? Let's just get out of here together. Listen closely. I am never leaving this ship empty-handed. This guy is so greedy. It's cracking me up. That means if you don't bring back the gold bars, neither of us is getting out of here. But if you bring back those gold bars, we'll get out of here and live completely different lives. What do you say? Isn't this true salvation? Salvation? What kind of nonsense is that all of a sudden? So are you absolutely sure we can get out of here if we have the gold bars? Of course. The lifeboats. I don't know why I'm laughing so much. We're all smashed, but I have a personal distress beacon. That's the only way to call for a rescue helicopter. Ha. So basically, if I want to get out of here alive, I have to do as you say. Yes, that is what he is implying. Fine, to heck with it. I'll bring them. So where are those gold bars now? It'll be in the 4th floor VIP hall where the ritual took place. The door is locked, so you'll have to find the key in the 4th floor VIP conference room first. And be careful. The ship is crawling with crazies. Take this knife at least. You're sitting me out there with just this kitchen knife? Are you kidding me? Good point. Actually, those church elders were such cowards. They always carried pistols around. There must be a pistol left on the 4th floor that they missed. Check the storage or the machine room for ammo. Give me a break. I'm from the 1240th class of the Marine Corps. 1240th. That's what I was trying to say. Don't worry about me. Just keep your promise. So we're a Marine. Oh ho, a Marine. Things might go smoother than I thought. Good. I'll be waiting here. So good luck. And so hurry back. Whatever. Multi-purpose knife. A multi-purpose knife designed for shipboard use. It can open equipment panels and cut materials in emergencies. And even serve for self-defense in critical situations. Whoa. All right. I found the captain in the captain's office. He was unable to move due to a leg injury. According to the captain, this ship is not just a mission ship, but an altar for the cult's secret ritual and the lead pastors behind the threat of the ship sinking. Furthermore, it is said that only crazed and violent believers remain on board. Wow, we're getting a recap of what we just learned. Okay. However, even in this emergency, the captain refused to leave the ship until they secured the gold bars created by the Sacrament and asked me to recover them. He persuaded me to start a new life together with the gold, promising that he would make sure I got my fair share. With all the lifeboats destroyed, the only way to escape this ship is the rescue beacon held by the captain. If I want to make it out alive, there's no choice but to bring the gold bars as he requested. According to the captain, the gold bars are in the VIP hall located at the stern on the 4th floor, and to enter, I must first stop by the VIP conference room to secure the necessary clues. Furthermore, the captain gave me a knife for immediate survival and told me to look for a pistol hidden in the VIP conference room. Ammunition must be secured by searching throughout the ship. Wow. I don't know if the recap was necessary there, but I gotcha. Open our inventory. We will equip the knife. Wait. Equip the knife. There we go. Whoa. Hey! use stamina. Sneak attack! Okay. Just checking out how it works. What's in here? Okay. Hide anything in your bathroom here? Like a gun? No? Alright. Let us move on and search the ship some more, I guess. So we need to get into the security room. Here, let me close this for you, buddy. Let's see. Then check this. Seems that the door is locked from the other side. Really? Yellow objects flashing in white can be destroyed with weapons. Aha! Whoa. That was very extreme. Ooh, a flashlight. Heck yes. Flashlight. A flashlight prepared for using during ship emergencies. Lately, followers have been often used... Oh my gosh, dude. Lately, followers have often used it to ease anxiety and mental strain in darkened areas. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Now, does their flashlight have any kind of like... Oops, sorry. Have any like weird... Nope, it's just equipped. Okay, great. I guess it doesn't use batteries, is what I was trying to say. Keycard update. All crew members must check the area-specific person in charge listed below and use the card reader to have your access permissions updated. Okay. Right, so here's a list of names and what their permissions are, I guess. I'm not sure. Enter each assigned officer's security code, 4-digit number on the panel. Oh. Okay. Select the RFID keycard to grant permissions to. Tagged keycard will be updated with that officer's access permissions. Security codes have been set using the 4-digit numbers designated by each person in charge. If needed, you can add other access permissions to the same card. Okay. What are the... How do we get the 4 digits? Don't think we can do that quite yet. Shortcut. Oh. Nice. Oh, there we go. It was just chilling in a box. RFID master keycard. Master keycard from RFID scanner, which is spelled wrong. Scanner, I believe, has 2 N's. Oh, I think we need to still find codes for that, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess let us look around a little bit here and see what we can come up with. I want to go this way. Okay. I believe this is... That does open. Okay. I want to go this way. Key is required. Gotcha. Electrical equipment room. Alright, saved our game. I like how it shows the room. Oh, it's doing it because of the sign. I was gonna make a critique that I wish it stayed on screen longer, but it's when we're looking at the actual sign. Okay, gotcha. I mean, the map pretty much shows us anyways, but... Alright, there's something in here we haven't gotten yet. Somewhere. Because this area is red. There's something hiding in these little areas. Doorways. What could we possibly be missing here? Oh, I just saw something flash, I thought. Oh, yeah. Nice, nice. Go. It looks like we can only really melee a few times before we run out of stamina, so I assume stamina management is going to be pretty important. At least in combat. Let's look around in here. Alright. Maybe second officer is what that's saying? 2 off? Second officer? Per the captain's orders, abandon ship immediately. First, inspect the condition of the lifeboats. Also, exercise caution when interacting with followers while moving. It seems that this incident is not as a desperate riot like last time. They appear to be coming at us with the intent to harm. According to the engineer, the followers' faces seem to have transformed like fish, and they reacted to sounds like animals and charged. Therefore, exercise caution when interacting with them. Commanding officer. Maybe? Captain officer? That doesn't make sense. I swear somebody's going to jump out of one of those. First. Oh, this is a cozy little cramped bathroom. I assume we'll find a document of some kind that will let us use all their codes for access. Maybe that's something we'll do over the course of the game. I'm not really sure. Oh, okay. Golden teapot. Nice. Alright, this is third officer. Work log. Third officer, Jin Su. Lifeboat inspection status. All port and starboard lifeboats are inoperable. Confirmed disassembly of batteries and release levers. Presumed intentional damage to block believers' maritime escape. For crew survival in emergencies, need to secure spare parts to urgently restore at least one unit. Second, issuance. Equipment issuance. Issuance. I'm not sure what that is, I'll be honest. Item 1, 1 PLB, personal locator beacon. Content, issued 1 personal locator beacon exclusively to the captain per his urgent instruction. I'm not sure I trust the captain. What is this? A Korean action soldier movie on Netflix. Nice. Alright, well, we're going to keep exploring here. I guess so far so good. Nothing's really happened. We've just found the captain. Alright, this is Bosun Mansyok. I'm sorry. Security room system update. Keycard access authority update complete. Temporarily set the password to my room number so I don't forget it. Okay. So the security room password is this room number. Okay. And then the area closure measures of the 5th and 4th stairwell. Shutter door to the 4th floor connecting passage closed. Remove the shutter power fuse and stored it in number 1 storage. Number 1 store. Okay. Gotcha. So, okay, there's something in here. More money. Well, we've already been in the security room, have we not? I am confused. I will say it is a lot of notes to read. I'm trying to keep up with everything they're throwing at me, but it's a lot to take in. Okay, this looks like it's probably locked. Yep. Stairwell access restricted. The church restricts external contact for followers during the faith training period. Accordingly, crew and congregation areas are separated, and access to all vertical stairwells, including the central one, is restricted to prevent uncontrolled interaction or communication. When the temporary iron doors are closed, conduct operational or maintenance movement through external routes. Unauthorized opening or damage to the doors is strictly prohibited. Okay. That makes sense. Don't break doors or damage them. They cost money. Ah! Oh, here we go. A lot of ammo. Very cool. Okay, another note. Engine room caution. To the new recruit, we will soon enter the target waters. Never leave your cabin while anchored. If you must go to the engine room and encounter a fishy stench and something like fishmen along the way, Pass by quietly as if you saw nothing. Keep this in mind. What is this, like that movie Dagon or whatever? If you see fish people, act natural. Don't look at them. Everything is totally normal. You're just seeing things. Okay. The key is required. Of course it is. We have a first aid syringe. An emergency syringe used to restore health in critical situations. Instantly recovers a set amount of health upon use. Okay, let's look at our inventory here. Can we equip this? No, we cannot. Okay, so we will use it from our inventory. Uh-oh, they're throwing health items at us. You know what that means. Oh, those are the lockers opening? Gosh, I thought someone was like banging on the door. It scared me. Okay. So what room was that? 508? I don't think I need to remember that, but I will anyways. There's something in here. What? Okay. It tricked me with the hard hat. Can I break this? Okay. Nice. Anybody in there? Okay, just checking. Alright, well, we're almost done exploring. Ooh, creepy laundry room. Hope there's not a body in here. Thank God. Okay. Okay, I can't use the key card on it. Gotcha. Okay, second engineer's diary. Today, the cry of "Save me" I once heard keeps echoing in my head lately, like a hallucination woven into daily life. I try to ignore it, but it won't leave my ears. I took this job just to make money, but it's getting harder to endure. Still, I tell myself to hold on just one more time. So if I can get through this, the apartment loan will finally be paid off. That thought alone keeps me going today. Then he was never seen from again. Okay, well, we explored everything here. One thing we haven't gone into is the chief engineer rooms, the chief officer's room, also steward and oiler, and number one engineer. I feel confused on what I need to be doing. Okay, there's nothing in here. Oh, there is something in here. Where? Oh, we got a 50,000 won bill. Newly minted bills placed as if on purpose. Strangely, they are found throughout the ship, but no one knows who left them or why. Nice. We have so much money. So this is the shutter that's not open yet. Okay. Let's go out here, I guess. Nope, can't go there either. Cool. Alright. Cool. This is the crew lounge. Key locker. Okay. Fire extinguisher, gas mask, life preserve, all of them equals. Maybe you have to count everything in this room. I don't know. Let me go back downstairs. I feel like I'm going off track here. Aha. Okay. I'm messing around with this for a while. Or looking around for a while. So this is his room number. I think that's what this is telling me. I was really stumped because it said it required a 4-digit number, but the room numbers only have 3 digits, so I put 0 first, and that seemed to have worked. I don't know if that works for everyone, but I can try it at least. So like 0507. Doesn't work that way. Okay, so like 0511. We have chief officer, chief engineer, number 1 engineer room still. Those don't require key cards though, so maybe we'll just go ahead and move on with what we have here. That really stumped me. I was super confused for a while there. But we figured it out, so I guess that's cool. I don't have any more space though, which makes me wonder what I'm supposed to do with all this stuff. I hate to drop this money, but let's just drop one of those. Okay, we have the electrical fuse now. A single-use overcurrent fuse that opens the circuit when current exceeds its rating, preventing fire and equipment damage. Inserting a correctly rated unit into the ship's distribution panel restores power to the interrupted circuit. Right, so now we need to open the shutter door and enter the 4th floor. Okay. We did it. Nice. I want to go back and get that money now. It's still there. Yep. Nice. Okay, so we have this open now. So enter the 4th floor. Fourth floor. Find a way to enter the 4th floor VIP hall and the 4th conference room. Okay. I don't need to probably read the floor number every single time. Look at this chandelier. My God. I bet that costs a lot of money. Who's talking? Hello? Alright. So now we have the map for the rooms here, the VIP area. Nice. Key is required, of course it is. Wow, look at this room. My gosh. Ooh, I have no more space. Nice. Keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry about that. Nice. A semi-automatic pistol. Automatic is spelled wrong. Has an E there. It should be an A. So it's a 9mm pistol suited for quick, accurate fire in confined spaces, such as a ship. That's where we are, a ship. Nice. Okay, so we will equip this. Let's go with down. Whoa, okay. That looks really cool. I like that. Okay. Bunch of stuff in here, apparently. We have no more space for anything, though, unfortunately. They're just throwing ammo at us, so that's not a good sign. Okay, Grand Sacrament Guidelines. Respected elders, we are approaching the Devil's Reef waters. I request you immediately carry out the following preparations for the upcoming sacrament ritual. Gather all believers in the grand auditorium and monitor them strictly to ensure no one strays. Remove the sacred stone tablet that opens the 3rd floor main hall door to seal the entrance, and strictly control the path to the ship's stern and the first-class cabins. Alright, as we are performing a special grand sacrament this time, in accordance with the bishop's will, please place the stone tablets in the prayer rooms on each floor. Through this, his energy will permeate the entire ship, and the vessel itself will be reborn as a massive sanctuary. Please carry this out without doubt. SENARA Gospel Church Senior Pastor. Okay, we need to check the 3rd floor main hall access door. Even though we just got here. So I guess we'll look around. Be as nosy as we can be. More ammo. Nice. I wonder who's talking. Must be a TV or something, or radio. Nice, saving the game. I guess we'll just check all these doors just to be sure. Looks like we need a key for everything here. Also locked. This opened. A VIP laundry area. Look at that. We have a lot of money to do nothing with. That's pretty cool. That's okay. I'm sure it'll make sense eventually. It will tell us exactly what we need. So this is that money I had to drop. Could pick up the money in the laundry room. So now we need to go down. Okay. I think we can go in here, though. I thought those were legs hanging from the ceiling for a second. I don't know why. They're curtains. It's curtains for you. Okay. Just like to be thorough. Make sure we get everything we can. Some kind of code here for the Grand Salon. Oh, here we go. Nice. That opens now. Can I do that with this as well? I can. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Maybe we can do that on both sides. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. Alright. Just wanted to make sure we kind of have everything going on here. Ooh, here we go. It's the chapel. There is no more space. Sanctuary Relief Fragment 3. What's that for? Sanity recovery. Uh-oh. There is a sanity gauge. I know it kind of hinted at that earlier, but I wasn't sure. There's got to be combat here soon, right? What is this? But it looks like we'll need to maybe find those fragments. Yeah, look at all that. 6th floor, 4th floor, 2nd floor, 1st floor. Okay, effective today, the ceiling measures for the 3rd floor main hall entrance are announced as follows. For the sacrament, the main hall key, the sacred stone tablet, has been divided into 4 pieces and placed in the prayer rooms on the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 6th floors. Therefore, this door can never be opened without gathering and assembling all scattered tablet pieces here. Entry to the VIP hall is only possible through the 3rd floor main hall, so please strictly control access to this door during the sacrament ritual. I'm trying to process all of this. There's so much to read that I feel like it's kind of information overload at this point. So I want to go back and get that fragment that we saw. Just right over here. Alright, this is a stone slab fragment, intricately carved with an unidentified shape. Although made of stone, its surface feels unpleasantly damp and slick. It is one of 4 keys needed to open the main hall entrance. Okay. So now we can put this in here. Nice. Alright. Well, I guess now we need to look around as best we can. That was loud. And try to find these other fragments. Just wish there was something we could do with all this money that we have. There's just literally just taking up inventory space at this point. Can't hear myself talk over that lady talking. I have the hiccups, excuse me. Let's see. So we're on the 3rd floor. That goes up. Is there any way to go down? All the way across the ship. Okay. This is a very fancy ship, by the way. We can go through here. That's good. Oh, God. I hear somebody. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Oh, God, dude. Our first enemy. Let's get him. I like the hit marker. You know how loud that would be in this little hallway here? Gosh, we would go deaf. Okay, he was actually in a room that we can go in. Okay, which is now clear. We have plenty of ammo, I hope, for now. There's no way to get into this laundry room, right? Oh, jeez, oh, jeez, oh, jeez, oh, jeez. There's a lot of growling and weird noises going on. I'm going in here. Leave me alone. We can't go in here. Okay, it's locked from the other side. Let's continue on to here. I guess we'll go ahead and save again since we're encountering enemies now, so... Like I said, sorry about blocking objectives. I did the best I could. So... Oh, 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 oh. Ew, 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 ew. Dude, die, please. I panicked because he's so creepy looking, his big, creepy eyes. Oh my gosh, dude. That was so gross. It looks like a fish. VIP room 406 key. Okay, I have to drop something else again. I guess I'll just drop this for now. Judging by the room number engraved on the keychain, this key opens the door to VIP room 406 used by church elders. It is said that they stockpiled weapons and equipment inside for emergencies. Okay, cool. I'll take it. Also have vibration on, and I didn't realize that, and it really threw me off in combat just then, so. Now we need to... That makes us go up. Just bear with me, I'm trying to figure this out. Can't go down. Unless maybe we go all the way back to where we were? I don't know. Let's try it. Jeez! That scared me. Oh my gosh, I can't go this way either. I need to heal. Those eyes are so creepy. Go down. Man, they're tough. Just the creepy eyes. God. Oh my lord. This is open now. He must have walked out of here. Okay, we can't pick up money ever again. Gotcha. Okay. So let's go this way. Here we go. I think I should have started here. We don't have a map yet, and I don't think we can go all the way down. Of course not. Okay, here we are. Second. Bunny's banging on the door somewhere. All the assigned evangelist instructions. No unauthorized actions alone. Use the laundry and lavatory... Lavatory. I've been saying that wrong this whole time. Only during your assigned room time. Maintain silence in corridors and shared areas. The possession or use of prohibited or personal items is not allowed. All right, these are the disciplinary actions. First offense is a warning. Second offense is in-depth interview with evangelist. Third offense is solitary confinement. And fourth offense is repentance ritual. That doesn't sound good, whatever that is. Okay, we have the map now, which we need to find the chapel, which is behind us this way. Don't know if... I guess we'll go ahead and do this. I think I heard footsteps for some reason. I guess we'll have to drop more money. I really should just go use this key, but... Alright. I just want to make sure we get the fragment. Oh, yep, I hear somebody. I don't know if I should go ahead and explore all of this either. I have a feeling he's like right around the corner. Oh god. Oh god. Oh jeez, dude. I don't know if... I lied. I just missed so many times. The eyes, for some reason, really throw me off. We still need to get down to the first floor as well. Just back the way we came. Or around the corner. Okay. There's two of them. I'm out of ammo. I'm out of ammo. Ah! Jeez, they're so creepy looking. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Leave me alone. How do I have no more space for ammo when I just had ammo? Am I losing my mind? Gosh, drop more money. 3 bullets. We're in trouble. Okay, here we go. Hey. Got him. Cool. Okay, we can shortcut up here. What's up here again? Okay. We need to do something. I'd like to... Oh, dear God. The reflection room. One who endures to the end will be saved. This looks awful. These people are bagged up like pieces of trash. That's crazy. Okay. This place is super creepy. What in the world? I don't think I need to be down. Well, this is the first floor actually. I do need to be down here. Gosh, dude. This sucks. Okay, I see. Let's go around this way. We run out of stamina so crazy fast. That was a noise. Nice. What is happening? Why is it so loud? Okay. I'm not sure what that loud alarm was about, but it was weird. These are water... Jesus. Watertight doors. Hey, hey! Jeez, dude. Thought maybe those, like, buttons would open these doors, but I didn't see them doing anything. It was just super loud alarms going off. I'm not really sure. Their health syringe. Is that the only item so far that continually pops up its menu like that? To remind us? It's kind of weird. Look how aggressive that opens up. Kerpow! So... doesn't look like we can go through here. But I don't see any other way. Okay, there is a staircase. So we need to figure out how to get to that staircase. Let's go this way. Oh, this sucks. So, man, I'm getting so overwhelmed with exploring this place, to be honest. Let's try to make our way back, put the fragment back up, and see if we can use that VIP key. I think that's what we need to do. Alright, we're going to put this fragment here. So that's 2 fragments down. And for some reason, I can't remember where I use... where those VIP areas were... weren't up here, right? Oh, here we go, yeah. Nice. I don't know how often we need to do the sanity thing. I'm just going to do it just in case. Not sure exactly what it influences. Okay, we made our way into this VIP room. Let's look around a little bit, see if there's anything of importance in here. Oh, combat tactical light. Or the bottom of the pistol. Nice, okay, so we got an attachment there. I don't know why I keep hitting start. I've been playing, I guess, other games lately that have been... that's how you open their menus, I guess. Nice. Alright, cool. And they don't take up any more slots that way. That's great. Good to know. Okay. Alright, so that was a nice little detour, I guess. Now we need to get to the 6th floor and go back down to the 1st floor. Somehow. Let's find some stairs, I guess, and see if we can make some progress. Okay, this is the 6th floor. Clearly. The chapel is locked. This is where we saw... I saw a puzzle here at some point. Something outside here. Assume it's money. It is. We'll just take it for now. Yeah, okay, in this room there's a puzzle. Which is the amount... fire extinguishers, gas masks, that's just what I'm going to call them, life jackets, and all of them combined. So I guess we need to go around the room and count all this stuff. So there's 2 fire extinguishers here. Let's just double check everything. 2 fire extinguishers, 1 life jacket. I feel like the knife flashlight is better. We've seen gas masks? I have not. 2 life jackets, 2 fire extinguishers. Oh, okay, there's 2 here. So they're the red cabinets. So 3, 4, 2. 3, 4, 2, 9. Wait, 3, 4, 2, yeah, 9, maybe? I can't read this. Okay, 3, 4, 2, 9? Those numbers are way too bright. Yeah, I did something wrong. Oh, my bad. It's 3, 2, 4, 9. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought I did that earlier. I don't know why it didn't work. That's pretty weird. Okay, we have 401 key now. I think we're just kind of following keys right now. Alright, here we are. Preparation for the 6th voyage. The 6th voyage feels unsettling right from the preparation stage. Today, when I went to report the mission group list to the senior pastor, I was instructed to rewrite it. He said the number of people was too small. I explained that following the usual practice, it is best to select about 20 to 30 people at a time, prioritizing believers with no social ties. The pastor said, now we must move forward with greater faith, and told me not to worry as the Lord would look after everything, instructing me to board as many people as possible. I wonder if it's even possible to proceed with the ritual with such a large number of people at once. Interesting. Tactical rig. Much more needed equipment carrying capacity. Oh, thank God. Man, I wish we got that earlier. I'm so happy we have that now. We needed the inventory space. So... Oh. Pick up all this extra money now, I guess. So we need to still get those last 2 fragments. I feel a little stumped at the moment. Oh, look. I found somewhere to spend our money. That's great. So we can buy some ammo. That's pretty cool. I like that. Does it just directly give it to us? Look at our current balance. Oh my gosh. I can just buy as much as this as I want, like as long as I have money. That's pretty interesting. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. I think I'm just... I think I'm just mentally strained at the moment and trying my best here. Okay, yeah, I've been going around. I'm back on the 2nd floor, which I've not fully explored yet. So I'm going to try to figure out how all this connects to us getting the last fragments, because there's a lot to search through in this game so far. Okay, let's try down here. Okay, well, we can't go this way. Watertight door. Talk to the imprisoned follower. Okay, so we need to get in there somehow. Gosh almighty, man, this is crazy. I don't know how to get these doors open. That's really our only obstacle, it seems so far. Alright, well, we're at the other side of the deck here on the 2nd floor. It says that we can explore some stairs here. So that's what we're gonna do. Some weird music. This is flooded. Gosh. Okay, so we can't go down there. Gotcha. Okay, well, I actually got one of those doors to open this time. I'm not sure why I couldn't get that to work the last time. Oh. I see what it's doing to me. Okay. Okay, I see. So now I'm going to go back over and go down. So we can go in here. Okay, thank goodness, because, man, I was really confused on what to do. Someone is walking. I think I realized why it seems like I'm shooting through them. I think when I shoot enemies, they have like some sort of like stagger frame or whatever you want to call, like a damage state, recovery state. And my bullets, I feel like, are going through them in that state. So if you shoot them like multiple times, like very quickly, like you're gonna waste ammo because it's like going through them for some reason. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Like, I'll show you. If I can do it correctly. It didn't seem to do it that time. God, these guys freak me out. I'm bad at this. There we go. Well, maybe it doesn't happen all the time, but it's definitely been happening. I was fighting a guy earlier, and it's like my shots are going right through him. Anyways, watertight doors were originally waterproof installations to prevent sinking and flooding. In preparation for recent large-scale violence and escapes of detained followers, they were modified to be operable from the first floor control office, but due to poor hydraulic supply, only one door can be opened at a time at present. To open all watertight doors, repairs by the engineer are required, and only after the engineer completes a hydraulic replenishment check in the third floor hydro pump room can all watertight doors be opened. Okay. My goodness. We have so much to do, it feels like. And I've been at this for a while. What am I missing in here? Okay. Why is this room still red? Oh. Duh. So what is this gonna do? I guess open more doors, but I need to actually look at them. We need to open one of these watertight doors. Oh gosh. Hey. Imprisoned follower. Brother? You're the new arrival, right? Thank goodness, I never expected to see you here. Brother, why on earth are you locked up in this solitary cell? Before I explain my situation, let me ask you one thing. Do you truly believe in the salvation of this church preaches? Salvation? Actually, everyone was just nice to me, so I kind of ended up here by accident. Oh, thank goodness. My eyes didn't deceive me. I feel like I can trust you with the truth. Actually, I'm a heresy investigator belonging to the Presbytery. This is a malicious cult and exploits people using salvation as bait. Heresy, a cult. What? No way. Are you serious? Yes, the leader calls himself the second coming of Jesus, and his claims of salvation before the end times prove it's a cult. I infiltrated to find clear evidence to prove their atrocities and reveal the truth to the world to prevent any further victims. I'm falling apart. I can't read right now. In particular, these overseas missions, this overseas mission was the key to their expansion. Countless believers have already gone missing immediately after the mission. Missing? I thought everyone went on an overseas mission, found salvation, and was living happily. Those are all lies they've made up. I risked my life and boarded this ship to verify it myself, but eventually my cover was blown and I was trapped here. If what you're saying is true, no, first we have to find a way to get out of here. You are truly a good person, brother, but for me, I think this is the end. There is no way out of here. So please, you must help to prevent any more victims. I beg of you. What? How can I help? I have an investigation log where I recorded their atrocities. We read about this guy earlier. Find it and get out safely and let the world know. That is the only way to save these people. Honestly, it seems impossible to get out of here alone without help. Do you know of any other way to escape? Of course, I once witnessed a lifeboat release operation and know where the parts are hidden, so if you can collect and assemble them, you can escape. Understood. After hearing what you said, I've become curious about the true nature of this place as well. So where is this log? The pastor probably has it, and since the Grand Sacrament is taking place in the 4th floor VIP hall, check there first. Take this. It's a security card I managed to hide. It should get you into the VIP hall area. One last thing, and I'm sorry to ask, but once you find the log, you must come back to me. The cunning pastor might have forged the contents, so I need to verify myself if it's truly my log. A nice attention to detail. I fully understand why this must be done. Honestly, I'm not sure if I can pull it off, but I'll try my best. So please, brother, don't lose hope and wait for me. Thank you so much, brother. May the Lord's grace be with you on your journey. Okay, we got security card numbers. Partial access security card issued for managing the church's digital door logs. It lists only 10 authorized codes out of 20 total identification numbers. By matching the card against the door's locks management number on the ship and entering the corresponding 4-digit code, you can unlock the door. Okay, this is what we needed for the 4-digit codes. Okay, this is just a summary of what we just discovered. I'm not reading through it again. I'm starting to lose my voice. I've been at this for almost 2.5 hours, so doing my best here. So we need these codes. Number 4. Now, does what we just discovered tell us this? Let's look at our inventory. Inspect. So 8753. Thank the Lord. Well, this is weird looking. I'm pretty sure I saw this where we started. It was like laying on the floor? Thank goodness we got another fragment. So now we need to somehow get out of here. If I can remember. Oh, thank goodness. So we can go straight upstairs now. Of course, there's enemies nearby. I need to find my way back up to the 6th floor, because that's where the last fragment is. Did I not go in room 204? I thought I did. They must be open now because of the monsters. Okay, let's go. Run! We'll go ahead and put this fragment here. It's some kind of fish monster god thing on the tablet there. Well, let's go up again, I believe. And I don't know if we can go up one more time, can we? Is this not the 6th floor? Let's go out here, I guess. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So the chapel is in here. I don't know how many times I'm going to press start. This is the 7th one. 3574. Nice. Alright. We got all the fragments now. I guess I could have just come out this side. Whoops. Okay, so let's go put the last fragment in. Oh wait, actually I have to go back the way I came. Because you can only get to the VIP area through that particular staircase we were at. I will say, after having to run around the ship for so long, I really wish the stamina from sprinting wasn't so quickly used, if that makes sense. Or if sprinting cost any stamina at all. I mean, I guess it's survival horror, so you need some kind of, like, drawback from just being able to sprint by all the monsters, I guess. So let's keep going all the way down. Also notice when you sprint downstairs, you kind of fall down the stairs. I guess that could be adjusted as well. So it's a little smoother. A little more smooth. Okay, here we are. We made it into the... whatever this is. Nice. Alright, that's the end of the demo. Nice. SENARA, the Sacrament. Really cool stuff. Thank you for playing. Stay tuned for what's coming next. I will. Alright, well, I'm back on the main menu. I'll review this demo. If you're just here for the gameplay, I appreciate you hanging out, and I hope to see you again. Alright, there's a lot to go over in this demo. I will try to condense it as best I can, just to be concise and to the point. So I'm going to start with the visuals like I usually do, and I would say visually the game is fine across the board. I don't really have any issues with it personally. I think it has enough fidelity to it to have some sort of realism about it, but it's not over the top, if that makes sense. And I think the UI and all the text and everything in the game is very easy to read, which I think is a good thing. Aside from that, I don't think anything visually stands out that was an issue or that could need adjusting, at least from my point of view. I appreciate how detailed the map is. It definitely helps a lot, especially early on of where you need to go, what your objective is. The rooms showing if you left anything behind or need to clear it still, that's great, just like in Resident Evil. I think the use of lighting especially stands out. The ship feels very convincing, how some areas are just normal, and then as you progress through where the followers have like basically gone mad and turned into fish monster people, how it's destroyed and there's like debris everywhere and flashing lights and electrical problems and, you know, just overall environmental damage that's been caused. And I like that. It shows how as you progress to the ship, things get more and more crazy and more unsettling. And I think that's a good thing. Also, the character models with the characters that we come across look fine. I think they're convincing as people. They're not uncanny or anything weird like that, so I appreciate that. Now, the monsters themselves are very creepy and weird. They have like these weird blobby fish heads. It reminds me of a movie called Dagon, I believe that's what it's called, which is a very bizarre movie. I would say it's definitely worth a watch. This is kind of what this is giving off too, which I think is really cool. So, like I've said a few times now, visuals across the board I think are totally acceptable. In terms of audio, I would say the audio in this game is also pretty good. I like the music on the main menu here. It has this sort of dramatic tone about it as it portrays a lifeboat. So it has this sort of like reassuring, sort of hopeful tone about it, which I suppose reflects a lot of the themes in the game pretty well. So good job there. Now, while we're actually on the ship, there's not much music or ambience at all. It's just really our footsteps and what we're doing and interacting with on the ship, the monsters growling and making noises. And I think that's fine. I think the game probably could benefit from some music or ambience, especially when we're talking to the NPCs, unless I totally didn't notice it. I think that would just help add a little bit more gravity, a little bit more weight to the conversations, make it a little bit more mysterious, have some kind of tone or music playing as we're discussing these people in the situation we're in. I think the gun sounds pretty good. The combat is fine in general in terms of audio. I like the different noises the ship makes, like when, you know, unlocking doors and fiddling with locks and just interacting with the environment in general. I think has very convincing sound design and it's very appropriate for what we're doing. So I think that's really good to support the immersion that the game has. So all the way across the board, I would say the audio is good. I still think maybe with the NPCs, we could have a little bit more ambience or something playing as we're discussing the situation we're in. Now, in terms of mechanics, it's very survival horror-esque and focused. The inspirations show through, obviously, of games of old, like Resident Evil and things like that. A lot of locked doors, some puzzle solving, some backtracking here and there, finding things like a vest to have more equipment slots. You have money you can collect to use on a vendor, which took me a really long time to find, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. The combat, I think, is pretty straightforward and very basic, at least so far. You just shoot these monsters, or you could potentially avoid them by running away from them. They don't do too much damage, they don't overwhelm you too much, at least so far, where you don't feel like you can't progress. There is some way to circumnavigate around them and some way to make some progress if you're running low on ammo or whatnot. So I would say that's good. I think it makes the player decide whether, you know, to either run or fight, especially depending on your resources at the time. So I think that's always a good way to encourage the player to behave in different ways, especially for a survival horror game. So that's really good. I like that the game keeps tracks of our objectives at all times, telling us what we need to do to remind us how we need to do it in some way or another. I think it some point in the game when we needed to find the fragments. The fragment hunting, I think, really felt like a slog, at least to me. It became a little bit more aimless. I didn't really know where to go. Basically, you just have to explore every single nook and cranny and put everything together. Of course, I didn't realize that the watertight doors opened the way they did, where one closes and one opens, like only one can be open at a time. Once I understood that, everything started to flow a lot better, but I felt very disoriented for a little while. Of course, that's just player error. I'm not blaming the game for that, but I wonder why sometimes there's so much direction at the beginning of the game, and then at some point it just felt like that direction just kind of stopped. It was just like, go find the fragments, good luck. So I wish that could maybe be adjusted a little bit. It wasn't that bad, like I said. Once I was able to be a little bit more observant, everything started making a lot more sense. So I'm just saying that just on my personal experience today, I felt very confused for a little while looking for those last two fragments, trying to get the codes to open those doors. But I like the puzzles, especially like counting the objects in the room, finding the key card, activating it to open certain doors, and then you finally find the key card at the end that gives you all the codes for all the doors that you can open, which I think is great. I never figured out how to open some of those doors for like chief engineer and the chief officer and stuff, but obviously I assume that has more to do with the game past where we experienced today. Obviously the demo ended as soon as we went into that chapel or whatever that room was called, and I assume maybe we explore more of the ship and unlock more of the doors past that point. But anyways, mechanically, I would say the game is totally fine. I don't have any issues with it. The one thing I would probably nitpick a little bit is how much money that we are able to collect so early on, and you don't really get to use it until much later in the demo, and it takes up a lot of bag space, and you also don't find the vest for more inventory until later as well. And I didn't notice a storage box anywhere in the save rooms. Maybe I completely missed one, or that they are there and didn't notice them. But I wish maybe there was a storage box that we could at least throw some money into, throw some things into until we get more inventory. I think that would make our item progression feel a bit better in some ways. Like I said, maybe I did miss a storage box. I'm not really sure. I just think the acquisition of money and having so few inventory slots really bogs you down for a while. Of course, that is a key aspect of some survival horror games, where sometimes you do have to drop some items to pick up key items. So I totally get that. It does reflect something that I'm familiar with, but I kind of wish it didn't feel so bad having to drop so many things to collect key items. So in summary, I would say the mechanics have a lot of familiar aspects about them in this genre, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to have this game feel familiar in a lot of ways, while also putting a spin on it while isolating us in this ship. I think it's a really cool setting, and I really like your approach to the exploration of it. Like I said, it can be a little jarring trying to figure out where to go and how to unlock all these doors, because there are so many doors in this place, but I still think overall the mechanics worked pretty well. Now, in terms of story and concept, I like the story quite a bit. I like it being about this evangelist cult that convinces people to go out on a ship out in the middle of nowhere, and they do some kind of ritual using them, either sacrificing them to some kind of like fish god or something, and it also creating like gold for them. It's a really weird like transmutation alchemical process that this cult is doing, and I was very fascinated by it. I will say, however, there are a lot of notes in this game, and I am very critical of notes in games, especially when there's so many. I understand you're trying to tell a story, you're trying to show how all these people have, what their experiences are, what's really going on, explaining how it all works. I think it's just a little front-loaded out of the gate with just so much to read, and it kind of, like I keep saying with some of the pacing, it kind of bogs me down a little bit, having to already explore so much and to try to figure out so much that I guess I don't have to read these notes, but I'd like to figure out what's going on. I just think there's so many notes that it's difficult for me to kind of keep track of everything. Of course, I can check my journal and reread things that I need that are required for progression, but some things were so vague as well, where it's like, oh, you can add codes to these key cards by using, these people's 4-digit security codes, which I don't think we can do in the demo, except for the first one. So that it just all became a little bit like information overload at some point of just so many notes just in general. That is more of a personal nitpick. I still think it could be adjusted a little bit, and how many you find and how important they are to the overarching plot and whatnot. But that being said, I still really enjoy your plot here in general. I think it's really interesting. Very fascinated by the cult aspect of it and what they're really doing to these people and how they're initiating this ritual. It's very messed up what they're doing to these people, like taking advantage of these people who are obviously in need of some kind of attention or help, or something in their life has got them down. So they see this all welcoming cult and say, hey, we'll give you some gold, some gold coins, and come hang out with us on a ship and we'll lead you to salvation. And then it ends up being like, we're actually going to sacrifice you and turn you into gold or turn you into fish people. I don't know. It's all bad. So overall, the story, I would say, is pretty solid, especially for a first impression, and it's very fascinating and the way you're approaching it. And I like the subject matter a lot, and it's very Lovecraftian in some ways, but also, obviously just focusing on the occult in general, and I just think it's cool. So really good job with the story. Now, in terms of the concept, I like the concept a lot. A survival horror game where you're trapped on a ship. It's been something I've actually been wanting to play for a long time, just as a general concept. Not a lot of games do horror on ships anymore. I know it used to be a big thing for a while. There's not very many that I've played, at least. I'm sure there are some out there that I've overlooked, but I think it's also a funny coincidence that I've been, talking about this on Twitter some, like, oh, I need more horror games, taking place on ships, and then you reach out to me and your game is exactly that. So I found that to be very interesting, and I overall enjoy the concept a lot. Now, in terms of performance and settings, I would say the performance is pretty good for the most part. There are some hiccups here and there throughout my playthrough, which aren't that big a deal. It's not game breaking or anything. There were no bugs that caused any issues either, so that's great. I can hear my computer kind of giving it all it's got though, so I wish there was a way to maybe take some strain off my computer a little bit with some potential optimization in the future. But from what I experienced in the demo, I think it performed on an acceptable level. I'll also go over the settings during this segment here. So we have the game settings here, which is your languages, your controller vibration, tutorial messages, your crosshair, your camera wobble, your field of view, and your sprint control type. And then for graphic settings, you have your screen modes, you have your display, which is like your monitor, your resolution, which mine is at 1080p with 60 hertz, and then your anti-aliasing, your lock of FPS, which I have at 60. You have your VSync, you have your resolution scale, resolution upscaling method, brightness, gamma, texture quality, shadow resolution, screen space reflections, which were on ray tracing by default. So make sure you turn those off if your computer can't handle that. And you have your screen space ambient occlusion, which is how darkness is displayed based on how close two objects are to each other. I believe that's what occlusion is, ambient occlusion. You have your motion blur and your film grain, your vignette, and your chromatic aberration. I left all these on. It didn't seem to really bother me in game. Some games have very egregious motion blur and chromatic aberration, but I didn't notice anything that really bothered me in this game, at least. So anyways, you have your sound options here as well, your master music, sound effects, and ambient volumes. I would say the sound mixing in this game is pretty good. It's just the music is a little loud on the main menu, so I had adjusted that a little bit. Then with your controls, you have your inversion of XY axes, you have your mouse camera speed, controller camera speed, mouse aiming camera speed, controller aiming camera speed, and then you have all your keybinds here. I don't believe you can change. It doesn't look like you can, but you have your move, free look, crouch, sprint, interact, aim, use, reload, open game menu, open map, open inventory, open journal, toggle flashlight, use recovery item, and all of these obviously show controller keybinds. The game was recommending to me that I use a controller for the best experience, at least on Steam. So overall, I would say the options are pretty acceptable. And like I said, I still think the performance could be fine-tuned a little bit, take some strain off my computer a little bit, but the overall performance itself, I think, was acceptable. So my final judgment for the SENARA, the Sacrament demo is, I would say, it's good. I enjoyed a lot of aspects of this game. I think its visual presentation is pretty solid, along with its audio design and its mechanics, showing some very obvious inspirations from games that we're all familiar with. I still think there could be some fine-tuning in terms of the item progression, especially how much money we pick up so early on, in conjunction with how few inventory slots we have. There were also moments where I felt pretty lost in the game, which I think really hurt the pacing for me. And I wish maybe the objective tracking and whatnot was a little bit more consistent throughout. I really enjoyed the story's first impression. I think it has a lot going for it. I really like what you're going for there. And the overall concept of the game is really solid as well. And while the performance could use some fine-tuning in my opinion, I still think it was acceptable. And I appreciate the options that you have available. I think those are also acceptable. It was just a few personal nitpicks of mine that held this game back a little bit for me. But like I said, it's still a good game in my eyes, and I think a pretty solid first impression. It has really good bones, and like I said, the setting itself definitely stands out to me, and I had a good time with it. I think this game going forward has a lot of potential, obviously. There's a lot more to see outside of this demo, I'm sure, and I'm sure you're hard at work on it as well. Thanks again for reaching out and sending me a key to play this demo early and showcasing it for my audience, and I hope you like my feedback and it benefits you in some way. And if there's anything else that you need from me, you know how to reach me, just let me know what's up. So I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors and your work. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? You just want to say hi? Let me know what's up. Don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the links to everything and go play this game for yourself and form your own opinion. And if you'd like to support my channel, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, and share the video. I'd really appreciate that. Now, thank you for watching my video. Hope you have a wonderful day. And I think that's all I have to say about it. Thanks for hanging out with me. But don't forget.